Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. This is a special bonus episode brought to you by my Patreon supporter Tomislav Trlin. And with that said, let's continue clearing this pocket. We're already working on that. Oh, wow. Never mind that. I'll wait a turn. The security unit, I'll get it in here. Hopefully then I can get it, oh, I can already transfer it. Well, not from here, okay. Well, we'll go to the Soviet Union garrison. That's the best place for security units to go. I'd rather have all security units there, but I would need to exchange this. And with the stuff at Kolpino, not 100% sure here. At the very least, there will be some unit that I shouldn't attack with. There will be the 61st Infantry Division at least. Like this. Ooh. Yep, let's put them in there. I will split these. I know this is a tad dangerous. Seems like I can't really go a whole lot further than that. But if I can encircle those 4 divisions, that will certainly also help quite a bit here. So I'll gladly do that. Problem is that technically they cannot operate from Novgorod, but I can get these guys under the 30th. Doesn't matter which of the two is overburdened. Get you into Valdai. Get another depot here. These depots are problematic because there's not a rail line anyway. I'll keep this position like this for the moment. Doesn't look too bad. If they move, they'll get replaced, so that's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This at least also helps the depots. Are we on 16th Army itself? They're still overburdened and they have some Werfers and Pioneer and Flak. I'll have to take a look at... Okay, so the 30th Corps is definitely in need of those. Let's move 16th Army to Starya Russa. And hand these out. Okay. Well, it's the first time in a long time that, well, it's only 6 turns, but I believe this is the first time that I actually get to move an HQ forward. Not sure whether I move 3rd Panzer Army, but yeah. Alright, 9th Army is last. But I also want to see if I have to refit units. Probably not here. Okay. How about up here? Those are 13, so definitely not. Those seem to be fine. As much as I'd like to kick off the Naval Infantry Brigade, I don't think it's that great of an idea. In fact, yeah, I'll just be looking to move up from here, pretty much. Still try to encircle these. Now, I still cannot attack this Rifle Corps. Rifle Corps is just too tough to attack with just 3 units. I really need overwhelming firepower on that. But encircling these forces and destroying them will probably give me another 2 divisions to send up further up north. 2 divisions that I desperately need as well. To go after Leningrad. I don't really like that much, but they're going to withdraw, then to the Western Europe, then afterwards to BA, which is Balkans. First Panzer Division crossed into the Soviet Union when Operation Barbarossa began on June 22nd, 1941. With the strength of approximately 155 tanks, it formed part of Army Group North, 4th Panzer Group, their army, and took part in the annihilation of the Soviet 3rd Armored Corps at Dubisa? That's obviously the worst way of pronouncing that. In June, 1st Panzer was seriously depleted by casualties, and by August 16 it had only 44 serviceable tanks. Nevertheless, it took part in the drive on Moscow. It came to within 20 miles of the Soviet capital and opposed the Russian winter offensive, where it was surrounded and forced to break out. By 18th February, 1st Panzer Regiment had only 18 operational tanks. Most of the regiment was used to form 2 ad hoc ski companies. The division nevertheless fought in the critical Rzhev salient and helped save the 9th Army, which was nearly surrounded. In early July, the 1st and 2nd Panzer Division surrounded and destroyed or captured 218 Soviet tanks, 592 guns, and 1,300 anti-tank guns near Pushkari. In a 2-day period in August, the division destroyed 65 super heavy KV and KV-2 tanks and wiped out the Soviet penetration. Greatly reduced by losses, 1st Panzer was withdrawn for resting or refitting in January 1943. Initially, it was sent to Amiens, France, but spent that summer in Greece. Here it was brought up to full strength. By autumn, it had a full battalion of Panzerkampfwagen 5 Tiger tanks and about 100 Panzerkampfwagen 6 Panther tanks. When Italy defected to the Western Allies in September 1943, the 1st Panzer Division played a major role in subduing the Italian 11th Army, which put up little resistance. In October 1943, it returned to the Russian front, fighting on the southern sector, took part in the Battle of the Kiev salient and a counteroffensive west of Kiev. It also spearheaded the attempt to rescue the 11th and 42nd Corps, which were surrounded at Cherkasy in February 1944. It could not penetrate the last 6 miles to the pocket, but was still successful in saving half the trapped Germans. Next month, the 1st Panzer rescued the 96th and 291st Infantry Divisions from the Soviet Spring Offensive of 1944. Casualties were again heavy, and as of March 14, 1944, the division's Panzer Grenadier battalions were at 25% of their authorized strengths. And the 1st Panzer Regiment had fewer than 60 operational tanks. The division nevertheless remained in the line and fought in the battles of the Dnieper Bend, the North Ukraine, and eastern Poland in 1944. Retreating behind the Vistula, it was transferred to Hungary and was cited for its counterattack against the Russians at Debrecen. Most of the division was trapped and destroyed at Székesfehérvár, Hungary in December 1944, when the 6th Army collapsed despite its losses. However, the remnants of the 1st Panzer Division continued fighting in the south segment of the Eastern Front until the end of the war. The division then extricated itself from the Red Army and surrendered to the Americans at Mauerkirchen in Upper Bavaria on May 8, 1945. The Americans dissolved the division 5 days later. Most of its soldiers were released and sent home by the end of July. Well, I will just let it withdraw. It's weird that it doesn't go to Italy here. But, whatever. Okay, let's put you there. I think both of those should also be on refit. I need to keep you there. Großdeutschland doesn't need to be on refit. They're at 81%. Don't like the state 2nd Panzer Division is in at 45. But I can't really withdraw it. And thus, well, let's see here. I don't like trying to push up here with whatever units there are. My entire front there does seem to look rather weak. Unfortunately, as they try to make a push. I'm not willing to give that up either, so it's probably I have to make it into some kind of ad hoc formation here. I'll give these guys some additional firepower in the hopes that it might help them a bit. I mean, I'll just pull them back and put them on reserve. We'll see whether it will help any or at all. Now, I've been thinking about taking a look at places like this. So, as for Balkans, I can't really do anything because we're at 99. Italy, we're under strength, but for Africa, we're at 109. So what I want to do is I want to take out as many things as possible for Africa while I can. So I will, for historical sake, so to say, I'll just put those things in Italy. So I'm going to transfer these guys to Italy because I think that's where they should then end up as historical for historical purposes. Some of them will go to the Western Theater ultimately, but that's fine. I don't really care. This is like turn 60. So this does look pretty funny here. And the Stoke battery will also go to Italy. Can't move. Oh, I have the 66th Flag Regiment. It will also boost Italy's score, so that is nice. There's only one thing, and that's the 5th Panzer Army. Now, the 5th Panzer Army was originally created indeed for use in Africa. And then later on it was sent to Western Europe, where they had another 5th Army. That's why you can see that on turn 62 it will go to the Western Europe. Meanwhile, though, I'm not going to use it in Africa as it is. And I could really use another command on the map. So I'm going to send 5th Panzer Army to the map. And I can make use of it for a little while at least. There we go. There are now no units that can leave Africa for this turn. Now, in the Soviet Union garrison, I am 6 too high at the moment. That still means 6.84, which means that I can send the 707th Infantry Division and transfer it to the map. And that keeps me at 101. Excellent. There are still a bunch of Romanian and Hungarian divisions that I might want to send. If I can get the security units, then I will definitely do that. One thing that I could technically do is send the 707th over to take over the place of the 207th Security Division. Because then I will send this one to the Eastern Front, which will allow me to take even more units out. Because security divisions just straight up do better there. They don't seem to have any security ground elements. Oh yeah, they have security squad. Here we go. What does it even say on that map? It's hard to see, or on that card. But anyway, I'll probably do that. So once they arrive on the map, I will switch them up with the 207th Security Division. And then that should be okay. Finland, we're at 104. I can technically take out 11 for the moment. And the question is, what do I want to take out? I'm okay with transferring the 462th Panzer Battalion at least to the map. And there are a couple of mountain divisions that I would not mind sending out either. They will go to the map on the 109th, but I'll already transfer now the Nord SS Mountain Division here. Yeah, to the map. How are we looking then? Status 102. So let's leave it at 102 because I think at that point it will become a tad dangerous. That's still 7. These are probably... Okay, so... I actually don't mind then. No, let's keep everything else there. Because there's still ground combat and I don't want to immediately get into trouble there. So I think this will serve to be fine for the moment. Norway is at 107, but I cannot take out anything as it is. And then the Western Europe is finally at 100. It does pretty poorly in terms of air day, since it also seems to miss flak low. So if I can, I will send flak low there. This is, I guess, flak high, most likely. I would think those 20 millimeters are probably flak low. I'm already good on flak high, so only if there are like the smaller flak units I will send them. So in Italy though, what are we missing? Also flak low. 15, 10, 101. Isn't that weird? 15, 10, 101. I cannot imagine those being the same percentages purposefully. How about 70? Weird. Very weird. Or maybe flag high counts for 101% and flag low counts as 10%. Interesting. What I'll do is I will go and take a look, because we're not high enough here either way. Let's send that heavy flak battalion and see if it has any effect on Western Europe. We'll see that right after the turn, so basically we'll just have to take a look at 79 and just see what happens. We have the 3rd Luftwaffe Field Corps, which I could always use. Let's transfer that to the map. It will be disbanded in 40 turns or so. The Arab Special Purpose Battalion is back. Let's transfer that to the map. How are we doing in the Balkans? We had 100, right? 99. Okay, so I need to send something there. But let's send the Luftwaffe Field Division to the Balkans and put it on refit. The only other thing that I can send is the 102nd SS Nebelwerfer Battalion that supposedly just sits here forever. I don't think that's a great idea. Let's send it to the map. Is this the 320? Yeah. Alright, that's basically everything here. Let's actually send that Stroop Battalion to the map too. Alright. There is one more thing that I want to do. I want to give the 20th Motorized 4th Panzer's 502nd Heavy Panzer Battalion in order to try and hold that area. That will beef up their strength by quite a bit, and I hope that this will allow them to hold there. Oh boy. 4th Panzer has some heavy cannon battalion that they can still dish out. Let's take a look, because the 29th could certainly use some. 29th Corps right there. I need to take a look because I don't know. Italian Army doesn't have any. This Hungarian Yeah, let's give that artillery to the 7th. Since they are going to be at the most serious part of the front there, so I can only hope that they'll help out. Let's look at 2nd Army, which also has a lot of things to divide there. 24th Panzer Corps has no artillery. Let's see if I can still send it, because they're quite far. I cannot. Okay, so I need to move 2nd Army a bit. As long as they get to go back. 24th Panzer. Nope. Let's send them the Panzerjäger too. I also think that they already have a Panzerjäger. Okay, how about these and these? 7th already has some, so let's send both to the 13th, which is oh no, let's send one to the 7th. I want to have them hold for national, one to the 13th. Oh, they're Stokes. Right. One to the 7th, one to the 13th. Pioneer Battalion, do you guys have it already? No, you don't. So let's send it to the 24th Panzer Corps. And move them back into Kursk. When did Kursk fall anyway? Wasn't like March? Maybe late April. Or February, sorry. Early February even. Jeez. But then this didn't fall until the 24th. This is January 18th, 16th. December 19th, so this is a lot earlier. It's already overdue. Bohugar. Germans actually held on to this even till late December. Early January, huh? February 1942, January, indeed all of this is much later. Even a Lista, pretty late. Alright, well, that's interesting. Let's go to the OKH here. Oh, it's OK West. And let's send it to Poznan from now. It only has road construction units and stuff for now, so that's okay. There are no reinforcements, and I don't think any of the Hungarians are unfrozen. Always worth taking a look, but that is not the case. Okay. then oh boy, I think the only other thing that I'll take a look here is at the okay, got me a Luftwaffe field division. I'll send it to Milarovo for rearguard defense for the moment. I can do some digging. I'm not too interested in already specifically doing digging along the Donets. I've so little units there that it hardly seems useful to try and dig in. I get that there are some other players that immediately go there and they are digging in at the Donets there, but the problem also is that it's frozen, and I actually feel like the Russians might still be able to get over, so I just feel like I cannot spare the troops to dig in. And already sending troops there to dig in kind of seems to be, to me, to be a bit of a defeatist attitude. It's like, you know, you're already getting yourself, I feel, in a position where you're giving up a lot of ground in the hopes that the Soviets will not be able to smash through your positions. But I really feel that the Soviets have so many units in this scenario that it's really tough, and digging in there, I don't feel like that's going to work. I think you really need to keep a hold of your positions for as long as possible. That means I've taken care of everything. Alright, alright. Here we go. I don't like this, not at all. Enemy turns make me churn and crawl in this game. Not so much in the other campaign though, but it's really bad here. Also that they're still across the Don here. I did say that I want to try and hold the Don River on this flank. It makes it a lot easier because they have to keep crossing it. It's still not frozen. I was loath to give up this position, but they can attack it from 4 sides, so that's just bad. They can attack Stalingrad from only 2. Now they can attack this from 3. I get that, but this 1 hex is just a bad position. Alright, alright. Keeping my fingers crossed here. They still have only a very thin line there, by the way. I don't like it. I really need to clear out those Soviets. Look, I've given them a bone of giving them this territory, and I just hope that that will mean that the attacks in this sector will be slightly less. They gave it to me for free, so I don't mind losing it that much either, but I don't want them to go and threaten Orel. That's one of the other things that I think is a bit of a problem. If you let the Soviets to just keep on going as they please, I feel like they are very quick to threaten Orel, maybe even earlier than historically. I guess because they have such a numerical advantage, and that in terms of this game it does seem to be quite tricky at that. Now that works. There we go. Interesting that this is less than this, supposedly. Not sure why though. Alright, also surprised to see them try another attack on Colpino, I think it is. Or is the other city? There's another city there. Not really sure why. Good hold. And another one. One of the things that's good about them attacking is that they will be weaker for the defense if they keep that unit there. If that's the unit. Same applies for these. They're attacking with both of them, so it should weaken these guys too. At least. Very happy to see them attack here too. Means they'll have less chance to escape. And that's the best hold. Yeah, perfect. If they attack again, they could, but only from this side. They're less likely to do that. Trying to push there. I still have no defenses there, obviously, but again, the Soviets find themselves in pretty dire straits. Second Czech army has minus 30%, despite the apparent numerous supplies in here.